unleashed voice for the LGBTQ community right here on KWAM 990 Radio. I want to give a shout out to Miss Burns. Please don't lose your hope. Things may look a little dark, a little hard right now, but we all just need a little hope just to make it through our difficult circumstances and crises. And we have your back. We love you, and we're going to support you and do all we can to help you out. And as many people within the city are doing the same thing as well. So we're going to keep our hope and do what we have to do so we can make it through this life. And our core values of this show are empowerment, enrichment, and education. And also, if you want to register, go to our website, relationshipunleashed.com, to register for our empowerment event.
And it's free. We're going to have refreshments and food. So please come out. We got a great, we have great instructors to come out, facilitators, professional in their field, and we want to disseminate this information to our community.
All right, and we're back with our great guest, Dr. K today, to the Y.
But before we begin, Dr. K, I want you to tell our listeners who you are, what you do in the community, and why do they call you Dr. K?
Well, actually, my name is Karen Streeter, and I'm a licensed school psychologist. And I have been in school psychology for 20 years now. I started when I was 2. So,
well, you look fabulous.
Thank you.
And your eyebrows are snatched to the gods.
I will tell my
snatch mine. Come snatch mine.
So I've been very fortunate to be able to work in several different capacities, not only as a school psychologist, which I do now in private practice, but I've also had a chance to be an educator on the collegiate level, also a consultant on a national level with the Success for All Foundation. And over the years, I've just learned that people have a lot of really interesting issues and problems, including myself. And one thing that I noticed was that Dr. Phil and a lot of these other mainstream media types, they don't necessarily address those issues in a way that I think is comprehensive or respectful or non-judgmental. Because, you know, basically if you're coming and you're saying, listen, you know, my daughter's on the pole, he is going to talk about she must stop being a stripper over and over again, rather than maybe she's made that decision and maybe she's not going to stop.
Right.
So now what?
Right.
What do you do from that decision? Because even though people aren't making decisions that we like, still we can try to direct them in the best way we can. Like, save your money, girl, because you can't be on the pole for the rest of your life. Things like that. So those are issues that maybe people don't want to talk about, that you will not find on Dr. Phil. So I want to talk about those issues that specifically usually address those of us who are in an urban environment. So that's how the show came about. And Dr. K came actually from my pastor, Gina Stewart. I was attending Christ Missionary Baptist Church, where every streeter in the world has attended, and she actually coined the phrase Dr. K.
Wait a minute,
so that's where it came from.
Streeter. Okay, two things.
No. Okay.
Gina, Pastor Stewart is one of my ex-professors at the seminary, and she was Pastor Gooch's advisor on his doctoral project.
Inspired woman.
But Coach Streeter, the light-skinned guy.
My dad.
That's your dad?
Yeah.
That was my doggone baseball coach.
Really?
I played AAU ball with him and Coach Johnny Rudd.
Yes, Mr. Rudd, yeah. So you were one of the guys.
So your dad was a deacon.
He was a trustee.
Yeah, your dad was. I used to love your dad.
I did too.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
He's giving me snacks and everything on the baseball trip.
Yes, that was his way of getting out all of his testosterone, because he had a bunch of women at home.
Your dad was cool.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Your dad taught me how to work alone.
Really?
Because your dad would pour the whole bottle on, and so I asked him, I said, how you smell like this?
We would buy those bottles. What are you talking about?
Well, guess what? He showed me, he said, put it right here behind your ears, on your neck. Your dad is a small world.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Every streeter is related in Memphis, pretty much.
That's something.
Yes,
Wow.
Randolph Streeter, my dad.
Wow.
So what, 6 degrees separation?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, well, this is only one.
That was my
yes,
buddy.
but yeah, I've run into a lot of men now, younger men now, who say, "Oh, your dad was my coach," and they're all doing just great things, you know. And those are things that we have to do in this community. You have to get in there. If you have a passion for helping people, actually do it. Don't keep talking about it. Do it, because you will make a change.
You hear that? I was gay and playing baseball, and your dad was my coach.
And he obviously he didn't.
No, because I was good.
Exactly. And that's
knocking them damn
that's what matters. That's what matters.
Yeah, tell him you went to college on that scholarship.
I got a scholarship.
And that was
playing baseball. So all you haters talking about gay folks can't do nothing, guess what? Go check the records.
Now, were you in the RBI?
I played RBI ball. We went to Atlanta, Georgia, to Turner Field. We had a great team.
Yeah, that was their goal, to get everyone scholarships.
And he took the inner city kids to places that we necessarily couldn't go, because the other people, those people, they wouldn't allow us to play on their team.
Right, exactly.
And they'll pick 2 or 3, but Coach Rudd and your dad would get all of us, the best players in the city, the urban kids, put us on the team, and we'll go out there and we would kick their tails.
Yes, and that's what he would say.
And we were good.
Yeah.
After
I was out there in that hot sun. I with your daddy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, he that was one of his passions, was to really work with those. Yes. Well, we didn't go. We just were just like, yay, Daddy, good for you. Did you bring me something back?
Look at this. Let's talk about our subject. I talk about your dad all day. That was my road dog. So how can we best understand Generation X, Y, and the Millennium?
Well,
the baby boomers.
Exactly. Well, really, it's about understanding people, period.
Okay.
Because what you don't want to do is to stereotype anyone.
Okay.
And to make assumptions that because you're a baby boomer, you don't understand technology. Or because you are part of the millennium, you're not sensitive enough to understand someone who is in the twilight years of their lives. So you always want to look at the individual. And you want to ask more questions than make comments. Whenever you're asking questions and you're open to the answers, that's what leads to understanding. So what you don't want to do is just say, oh, you know, well, this person, they're part of the millennium people, so I know that they're going to be quiet and all they're going to do is text, and they don't have great communication skills. Of course, you want to educate yourself as much as you can about that era, so that you will know the history behind that particular generation and maybe the culture from which they come. But you want to look at each person as an individual, and you want to take the time to know them as a person.
Well, let's get the years.
Bridge the gap.
Let's get the years of the generation.
Yes.
Generation X is 1965 through 76.
Yay!
You baby boomer. So Generation Y and Millennium is 1977 through 98. Now, what's your generation? In the beginning. What's your generation?
I'm a baby boomer.
So what's your years?
It says 46 to 64. I'm right on the cusp. But see, the good thing about me being on the end of the baby boomer is that I get to enjoy the X and the millennium benefits.
Right.
And we, you know, we're like right in the blend. And they say that this is the first time in history where you have all 4 of these groups working together in the workplace. And for some people that don't know, when the young people come in, because you hear people all the time, oh, I hate these young people. They don't have no good work ethics and all that. You have to understand why and why they gravitate to certain things and what triggers their interest. So in educating myself, because I'm a supervisor, and my workforce is young, so I have to understand who I'm working with and not make sure I don't impose my work ethics and my values on them, because their values are different. Everything that they do and everything that they have comes fast.
Yes.
So who's after 98? What's that generation?
They still in the millennium.
Yeah.
They haven't given them a name yet.
Yes, because I don't think they have really.
So
they're coming up now. They're coming to age in the next 5 years. There's going to be another change. Because you see, you think about it, we didn't have cell phones, and you know, I played outside, and kids don't do that anymore. And now you see a 2-year-old in a restaurant with an iPad.
She was outside. Was playing football with no shirt on.
I was.
We gotta take a pause for the call. My mama was outside with no shirt playing football. Smoking a Marlboro with Rangers on. This is the Unleashed Voice. We'll be right back after these messages right here on KWAM 990.